Hello and welcome to this day 23 recap of the Karen Reed case. A day in the name of Proctor. A day where, if you didn't dislike Proctor after his showing on Monday, you should now, if you have any sense in your body, because this was horrific. It was 5 hours of a trooper changing his testimony, perjuring himself, doing word salad to try and get out of things he have said earlier, trying to hide his connection to the Alberts McCabe family, constantly showing heavy bias in all his text messages to friends, family, everyone else. It's a highly unprofessional officer who, at some point, even though he didn't know Kevin Albert, went drinking with Kevin Albert, and Kevin Albert got so intoxicated he couldn't find his gun the next day. I'm pretty sure in any sane police department, he would probably at least be up for reprimands now. But this is Canton. Probably nothing's going to happen. If you still believe that there was no shenanigans in this investigation, it must be because you haven't watched it yesterday. And I'm not even saying cover up. I'm saying this investigation was so bad that the investigation alone gives you the reasonable doubt to never vote guilty. You don't have to go and find out did Colin, did Chloe, did Bride, did anyone else do it. There's so much reasonable doubt now. The reports, times were off. A 5:30 was in reality a 4:16 because it was a typing error. I don't know how you get that on your keyboard, because the 5 could be a 4. I agree to that. But the 3 being a 1, no. And the 6 being a 0, no. That's clearly trying to hide the fact that you had the car for an hour and 15 minutes longer than you claimed. He admitted he saw a Sallyport video that wasn't flipped, but where the timestamp was flipped. And the timestamp wasn't blue as the videos we seen in court, but yellow. So who gave him that video, and why haven't the defense seen that video? We found out Trooper DeChico, in his handwritten report, wrote down that he had seen Karen Reed around the time where she arrived home on the Ring camera coming back at the house. That doesn't exist. He never saw it, he claims. So Trooper DeChico will be interesting to. He claimed it must have been the video in the morning where she was there with Kerry and Jen McCabe. But then why did he write a different time? It's, again, as I say all the time, the jury, it's the people who are not smart enough to get out of jury duty, but they're not dumb people. And you treat everyone who watched that testimony yesterday like we are certified morons. The way he flipped words, did you know the McCabes and the Alberts? No. That's what he testified to in the federal grand jury. His sister is best friends with an Albert. He hangs out with Kevin Albert to such a degree that Kevin Albert gets so hammered he loses his gun, and his badge shows up in Trooper Proctor's car, his official car, because they had been out looking at a cold case. They worked together, and they had a few beers. So another cop in the mighty state of Massachusetts who don't give a F about rules, because if Kevin was so drunk he lost his gun, you can't tell me that Proctor didn't do the good old Higgins and had 5 to 6 cocktails before he went home. What's wrong with Massachusetts? Why isn't any of this getting you to I would almost say get the pitfalls out and walk the streets and demand change? This is absolutely horrendous. This is the police force you have. They call a suspect the C word, talk about her medical illnesses. And yesterday we heard Trooper Proctor wanted her to off herself. It would be way easier. This is the police you have. And this is what's caught because the defense got and went and got the phone records from the federal investigation into this case. Trooper Proctor should not have a badge, should not have a gun. He shouldn't even be able to be a school crossing guard. He should be fired. He should lose his pension. He should, whatever you can do. The police union until Monday had a "We stand by Trooper Proctor." They removed that text. There was a union rep present at the courtroom yesterday, apparently. I would love to hear what they have to say about that good, strong police officer they put on the stand, especially when that good, strong police officer does things like this.
Yes, I interpret that as a joke.
You believed, Trooper Proctor, that your life would be much easier if Karen Reed was just dead, didn't you?
Objection.
I'll allow it.
No. Like I said, it was a figure of speech.
Figure of speech.
My emotions got the best of me based on, the fact that Miss Reed hit Mr. O'Keefe with her vehicle and left him to die on the side of the road. So my emotions got the best of me with that figure of speech.
Well, let's talk about your figures of speech. During the course of your investigation, your figures of speech include the following. She's a bitch.
Objection.
Right. Is that right?
Yes.
A whack job, correct?
Yes.
A retard, right?
Yes.
Her balloon knot leaks, right?
Yes.
No ass, correct?
Yes.
She's fucked, according to you, right?
Yes.
Ass leaker. That was the word you used, a figure of speech, right?
Correct.
A girl who shits herself, right?
Correct.
And then fuck her, correct?
Correct.
Would you agree, Trooper Proctor, that you have dehumanized Karen Reed during the course of your investigation with comments and words like this?
Objection.
I'll give you this one, Mr. Jackson.
Would you agree with that?
I'd say based off that language, yes.
And you admitted.
This is what Massachusetts has to patrol the streets, make sure everyone is safe. Why? Why do you stand for this? Why do anyone pay money for this guy? This is absolutely horrendous that that guy has a badge and a gun till this day. He dehumanized a suspect, and he claims he knew she hit him with the car. He didn't interview most of the witnesses till way later, but on the night of, because he saw a shoe at the hospital, he could determine, because of his wealth of knowledge of absolutely 0 cases just like this, she must have done it. Again, don't pee on my back and tell me it's raining, because no. And I don't know if he's a part of a cover-up. I don't think so. I think he's really, really, really bad at his job. And on this alone, This investigation is so tainted that everything should just be thrown out. This guy, you can't trust one piece of evidence he found, not one single piece of evidence, because he clearly had bias. He's not an objective investigator. And I can see if I can find it, because Jackson got off on a really good one. Let me see if I can catch it.
And they
Shame on you, sir.
Exactly. Shame on you, sir. This was horrendous. It was absolutely everything you shouldn't have in a police investigation. Bias, conflict of interest because you know the family, and a clear focus on only one person. After only interviewing three people and seeing a shoe, this guy knew she did it. He got mad the ME didn't want to determine cause of death. He called the ME a whack job. I really hope the ME sees this and she will come in and be truthful. She probably won't, because she works for the same state and will just blow it off. But this is horrendous, and everyone should be enraged. I know I go on Twitter, well, somebody says something about someone else. I don't care. I don't give a F. He has a badge. He has a gun. We entrust him with power. I thought Monday was bad. Yesterday was horrendous. And in the end, Tully comes in. He's the guy who finds the first two pieces of glass. We haven't been through Lally yet. It's slow. It's boring, as everything Lally does. So I'll look into that when there's a little more meat on the bone tomorrow. But follow us again. Join us for the stream at 8:50. We will start up again today. Thank you so much for watching.